What's going on YouTube? Welcome back. Today we're going to break down two of my subscribers' POV in a game that we played all together. There's a lot of useful tips that you guys will be able to get out of this review, and it is a little bit more of a longer video, so if you can watch through it all, that'd be great, because then there's a lot of great parts and great aspects to the game that you guys can start implementing right away so you guys can start to improve in Halo Infinite. If you like this type of content where I review other people's gameplay, let me know in the comments down below if you want me to keep this going. I also stream 4 days a week on twitch.tv/SenseiNam. If you're also subbed to my Twitch channel, I play with subs and I also review gameplay for subs. So make sure you hit a follow button, check me out while I'm live. And if you want to be part of a community where you can find teammates, be around awesome people, and want to be part of a growing community where we want to be the largest Halo community in the Halo scene, make sure you join the Discord. The link's in the description down below. Now let's get to the review. Let's go over Sunny first.
Enemy flags in Allied hands.
The enemy carrier has redeemed themselves. Let's run for our lives back to base. They know where we are. Deliver the flag.
Guys was right.
We have eyes on the
So like right there, if we go back. Like right here.
Run for our lives back to base. They know where we are.
So one thing I would have done there, Kenny, if you're watching, or Sunny, if you're watching, so you saw the guy pull the flag and he went double doors. One thing I would have done is, if I were you, I would have went up to tree, go on balcony, and kind of be that like anchor on top to kind of see where the enemies are, because when you went through these double doors, there was a guy to your right, but you didn't see him. Right there. See that? There's a guy right there. Right? So what you did is you kept running the flag. You didn't even look at him. And then your attention was focused on the flag guy, and then it was too late, and then you died. So what I would have done in the way that where you were at that point, I would have saw that guy, and instead of pushing out in the open, I would have stayed behind the double doors or in between, so that the person at grapple doesn't look at me, and I start shooting at the guy over at rockets. And I would have played a little bit slower instead of pushed out right away.
We have eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
Enemy flag returned.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
Oh, another thing I saw at the beginning. So, another thing is when you went tree.
Ah, a classic. Capture their flag.
So,
defend our
this is one thing I see a lot of people do, is look where your crosshair is. It's looking down, right? But what you're trying to do is you're trying to shoot at the guys that are cross. So what I would have done is I would have centered my crosshair to the area where I'm potentially going to zoom in and shoot. So since you're always looking down, right here, so your crosshair is looking down underneath. So in order for you to get to the guys across, so there's two guys over there, right? It's going to take a little bit more of effort on your right thumbstick, right? So what you could have done, literally one or like maybe like a second and a half, is line it up exactly where you want it to. It's called centering, where you center your crosshair where you expect to be shooting, right? So you're expecting to shoot across, and then you pre-aim and you start looking right above, like where your crosshair is now. Look above and start shooting the guys across, because there's always going to be guys that are coming from tree. And then what would have happened if you started shooting them earlier, they would have been low shields. They wouldn't have been able to go to balcony and push for Ovi. And because no one went double doors on their team, I was able to kind of help you in that sense. Done. And then you got Ovi. So yeah. So now that there's 3 people in this base, right? We blocked off all their spawns. So right here, we have 3 guys here. There's no need to have 3 guys here, right? Because we pretty much just wiped their whole team. So instead of everyone kind of pushing together, you get whoever's not running the flag. So say Sunny, and then also I think this is Frostbite right here. James. What I would have done is, because they spawned. Look, so this is the enemy. They spawned in shotgun. So you have one guy in our flag pushing, and then you also have one guy that spawned here, and then you also had the other guy spawn here. So instead of 3 guys, where's Sunny? So instead of 3 guys being here, Frostbite, James, Sunny, you guys could have rotated out to tree, looked balcony, or Sunny, you could have went to BR or cafe and looked in the middle, because you would have gotten easy picks, and you would have helped Superman, right? So even though there was a guy in our base pulling the flag, it doesn't really matter, because if you guys can pick off the 2 that spawned in shotgun, then that guy that has flag is all by himself, and it's an easy pick, because then you have 1, 2, 3 people on one guy. And that's another thing, like, you see how you threw 2 nades there? You didn't need to. All right, one thing I recommend to everyone that's watching, save your grenades. Like, your grenades can be so useful. The only time you should waste grenades is if you're close by to a grenade spawn. So if you look at a lot of pros, when they're on like live fire, when they nade top mid to get for sniper, they throw it just in case they get a couple hits. But the reason why they throw it so early is because there's 2 nades that spawn, one underneath tower in live fire, and then also on sandbags as well. So they can just re-up right away. So you didn't have to throw those nades. You could have saved those. It's good to get into their BR. So this is another thing. If you guys can control their BR, you guys are like golden. Like, if you can always have one person in their BR at all times, like, you pretty much control the whole motion of the game. Because you have, when you go to BR bridge, you have shots if they spawn at thrusters. If you go at the front, you have shots at truck. And then also if guys come out of tree, you have shots there too. So this is a good play to be inside their BR. Back up, it's fine.
Enemy flags.
So right now there is 1, 2, pretty much their whole team is alive.
Enemy flag carrier.
So I wouldn't have pulled that.
Enemy flag
But hey, this is a great example. So remember those 2 nades you threw earlier? If you saved those 2 nades, you could have used them right here. Because look, now, because the rest of our team is in the middle of the map, they're going to spawn in the back of their base. If you had your nades, you could have thrown 1 or 2 nades to weaken these 2 guys. Exactly, but you wasted your nades throwing it off spawn when there was already a guy there. Right? So you lost your nades early on. So your mistake prior, like maybe like 5 seconds ago, right when you spawned, is your consequence now. And then bam.
Enemy flag returned.
You lost out there. Because you could have gotten 2 easy picks there. And now they had an opportunity to push into BR, and they have control of their BR again.
Accurately placed. Overshield. Available.
Okay, so this is where awareness is key. So if you go back a couple frames, you'll see there's one at BR, one at tree, and one at lockers. I wouldn't have pushed out right away because now you're in the wide open, right? Now there's a guy BR shooting you. This guy at balcony could have shot you. And there's also a guy that went into lockers because James went in there, right? And he died. So I would have stayed back, take a couple picks, call him out, and depending on where your teammates are, like wherever your teammates are, they can have a couple shots on these guys as well. Got an easy pick there, and then you got too aggressive for overshield. So when it comes to overshield, it's good to push, but you also have to understand that your team has to have map control, especially on Bazaar in the middle of the map. So it's important that you slay out, and then as you kill one person, then slowly move forward towards the overshield. Because no matter what, you lost here. Because as soon as you jump out, there's a guy that jumped out of lockers, and then there's this guy as well. So it would have been a 2-on-1.
Double kill.
So who's watching right now? Let me know who's watching. See if you... Yeah, you saw this guy. So it's nice that you got shots on that guy. Okay. Nice shots, nice shots. Okay. So, we killed 2 people at this point. Okay, so we killed 2 people. So now, Sunny, you're blocking that spawn. Right? You have this guy in BR. And you have Frost. So pretty much they're gonna spawn in the back of their base. So let's press play.
Our forces have seized the enemy flag.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
So this is good on your side. So what I would recommend doing
Spanker. Inbound.
is, so because you guys were all in the flag area and you were pretty much blocking the shotgun spawn, their next spawn was going to be in lockers. Because you guys are in their flag, they can't spawn there. So they're going to spawn lockers. So one thing I would have done is I would have left the flag up on balcony, and I would have I would look to lockers, and I look to BR as well, just to see if there's any guys there, and I would fight them off, and then take the flag forward, because then you die right there.
M41 Spanker.
So one thing to keep in mind is when you're playing flag, if you are grabbing the flag, you guys are always going to be down 1 man. So the best thing possible you guys can do is once you get to a certain point, I look at Bazaars like thirds. So you have the first third, the second third, and then the last third. You're expecting them to spawn alley, but because you were coming around there, you blocked that spawn. So they're going to spawn. Because if you looked back a little bit, you were crouching and waiting at pillars. So you actually blocked that spawn, and their spawns were going to be, because your teammates were already in their base pulling the flag, they're going to spawn lockers, and that's what happened. Right?
It's yours. Now capture it. There are eyes on you.
So one thing keep in mind is with that information, knowing that you blocked that spawn and they're going to spawn lockers because the rest of your guys are in the base, I would have brought it up to balcony, throw it either off the balcony or onto balcony, and I would have fought, because once you pull the flag, you have a fight in your first third. So your first third is like their flag to mid. Then you got to kill some guys. Then what you're going to have to do is move the flag from your middle to your end, which is the middle third. And then once you get there, if you killed everybody, like all 4 guys, then you can move it into your final third. And then you guys can cap the flag. So there's going to be 3 fights that you guys have, right? You're going to have your first fight after you pull the flag, right? Moving up to mid, and then you have the second fight, which is mid to your base, and then once you clear that fight, then you have the very end. So there will be guys that will sneak on to your base to cap that or to pull the flag, but it won't matter so much. So if you guys are killing the guys in mid or the guys that are spawning in lockers and killing the guys that are spawning in alley, they're going to be down 1 or 2 guys. So if the guy pulls a flag, somehow gets onto your side and pulls it, if no one dies, you guys are up 4 people. And if he pulls a flag, that guy's screwed because it's just one guy because you guys killed the other guys.
An ally took their flag.
We have.
See, you spawned there, which is
The
good.
enemy flag carrier.
Look there. An enemy flag
Oh,
carrier.
missed that jump.
Ah, rockets.
Enemy flag returned. Double kill. Enemy flag returned.
They have our flag. Take it back. We have eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
There are eyes on you, Spartan.
Nice. Going down to shotgun, grabbing that.
Enemy flag returned.
Overshield inbound.
Double kill.
Overshield event.
Nice. I like how you're in their
They
BR.
have our flag. Take it back.
They know where we are.
So you messed up there. So one thing you should have done is instead of pushing all the way onto the bridge, I would have looked real quick and stay in BR, peeking out of BR and looking at their court. And the reason why is because if you have cover, you can peek shot them, jiggle peek them, and go back and forth and use the wall as cover. So instead of pushing all the way out, because as soon as you push all the way out, you saw 3 guys there, and you're like, oh shit. And then they made you one shot.
We have eyes
Pretty
on the
much.
enemy flag carrier.
Nice.
That was messy.
So you saved yourself there.
Enemy flags in allied hands.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves. Way to paint a target on our back, Spartan. You've been spotted.
So they're going to spawn lockers.
Eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
Yeah, that's why I say, like, play it slow. Unless you know you can move forward, like, play it slow. Like, right there, that's another perfect example. The rest of your team is literally on the other side of the map. So you have me right there. You have this guy that's going alley. And this guy, so they had this guy in alley, which blocked that spawn, and then pretty much you're dead because they spawn lockers.
Enemy flag returned.
Didn't see that coming, did they? You're exposed, Spartan.
We have eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
Nice shots.
Seek medical
What FOV do you use,
Flag needs
Sonny?
Relocation.
Enemy flag carrier revealed.
I see him. The enemy carrier.
Enemy captured your flag.
Okay. One thing I'll recommend is when it comes to like longer shots, zoom in. Yeah, 102 is not bad. One thing I'll recommend,
Their flag.
if you change it to 102,
Eyes on.
is for medium, like long distance gunfights, try to zoom in and use the zoom in as like your guide,
Enemy flag
because if they shoot you, then your crosshair will be in perfect alignment where they are. Because I notice you don't zoom in a lot when it comes to like
Spike.
medium to long distance.
Power items incoming.
You're gonna spawn their flag.
Your power items are ready for pickup.
Don't. Yeah, nice. You didn't have to pull it.
Killing spree. Double kill.
Another thing I noticed, and I think I saw this with James as well, is don't chase your kills. Like if you have teammates close by, like you don't have to chase your kills. Like that guy was weak and you wanted to push him and finish him, but I was there ready to finish it. And since you move forward, you're moving further away from the flag, which those couple seconds can kind of help you. Yeah, don't chase, bro. Some people will you'll end up on TikTok sometimes if you chase.
This accolade is well deserved.
Yeah.
Enemy flags in allied hands. A conqueror's weapon in your hands.
See, if you didn't chase that guy, you would have and you were at the flag, you could have had an extra couple seconds to get that flag off of the balcony and you could have went to fight.
Enemy
Surprised that rocket didn't kill that guy.
enemy flag returned.
Thrusters obtained.
See, like now you're chasing.
Seize the enemy flag.
5 minutes.
This guy almost.
remaining.
See, like now we're all here. There's too many people in the flag. You guys need a. I wouldn't have because it was. I wouldn't have pulled that flag because you guys took way too long and it gave the enemies too much time to spawn and get in position to fight you guys.
You're about to be very popular. They know where you are. You're exposed, Spartan. There are eyes on you, Spartan.
Production variant by Miss Raya Armory. We have eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
Thrusters acquired.
Enemy captured your flag. Flag captured.
Overshield inbound. Blasted them good.
Overshield available.
Glad I'm in your head and not that head. What's left of it?
So you're chasing this kill. You don't need to chase. You're gonna spend a lot of time chasing. Don't chase, don't chase. Call them out, and if anyone's close by, then let them live. Jeez, we have 9 people watching.
M41 Spanker inbound.
Whiplash.
M41 Spanker available.
Shot caller.
Better them than us.
You're like, where those rockets go? I remember you said, where are those rockets? Who has rockets? See, the one thing I really like is you getting BR control.
Glad I'm in your head and not that head.
I like you. I like that play. Plays good.
Our team took the enemy flag.
They know where we are. You've been spotted.
Yeah, it's good.
Overshield inbound.
See, you missed that guy. There's one at rockets.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
grenades. Obtain.
Overshield available.
Double kill.
Spike obtained.
Frag grenade acquired.
Enemy flag returned.
Aerial velocity at maximum.
Your ammo
Nice play.
reserve
Nice, nice, nice.
depleting.
Chasing again. Wait, 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 wait. Nice.
Perfect. Double kill. One minute remaining.
Our forces have seized the enemy flag.
Just one underneath you,
And
I think. No.
enemy flag carrier.
Get moving. They're coming to murder
See-
you.
What I would have done there is because we killed guys, I would have used that opportunity to look towards pillars and stuff like that.
We have eyes on the
But
enemy
it's good that
flag
you went there to clean up that kill.
Enemy
See,
flag
but you see where they're going?
revealed. You're exposed, Spartan.
Oh my, oh my, oh
enemy
my.
carrier has revealed themselves.
30 seconds remaining.
They know
That
where
didn't
we
look
are.
pretty.
Dynamo grenades obtained.
See, if they're like that distance is good without like scoping in. Like if you're in balcony and they're balcony and further, you want to zoom in, but at that range when they're like mid and you're up on BR or balcony, like you don't need to zoom in, especially if you're on 10 102.
Power items have shipped.
And this is where I say like let's protect it.
Get the heck out of here.
Power items have arrived.
Sudden death.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
All right, let's start from the beginning. James, let's see what you're all about, bruh. Oh, nice.
Rack.
Smart play. See, I would have called that rockets, would have went pillars. So your teammates know exactly like where those rockets are. I know you wanted them for yourself. Bruh, when hold on. Why didn't you go back to your rockets? Go back to your rockets. That could have been useful to you.
Enemy flags in allies.
So yeah, this is the same thing. So there's 3 guys in this base. James, I would literally no one's gonna be over there. Honestly, there's a play that I did. Let's see if I can find it. There's a play that I did. Yeah, so that's the thing. I don't think anyone was gonna be there, to be honest. Because if I don't think the enemy knows where the rockets went. But one thing you could have done is at least go back to see if anyone grabbed rockets, because I don't think anyone grabbed those rockets. And when it comes to communication, if they say like, "Oh, I got rockets," I got your rockets, then you don't have to go. But I don't think anyone went to get that. But if you want to get rockets, like at the very beginning, there's a play I did. See if I can find it. Um, is this it?
obtained. Overshield obtained.
Okay, so what I would do is right now, so I'll show you guys my screen. So I have a grapple. What I would do if I want to get rockets is there's two things you can do. So I'd grab the grapple. So if no one goes grapple, I'd grab the grapple. I would go right here behind cafe. I would jump. I would scope in, look at rockets, and use my equipment and grab the rockets and throw it right at me. And then, because that person's might be at their rocket side, once you get the rockets, you can shoot up right at that wall and you can kill that guy really easily. So that's one play. Or this person that's going double doors at the beginning can go get dynamos and help the guy at OV. So it's always a good starting point is if you have two guys going double doors, one guy goes dynamos and the other guy goes grapple, so they can go get that those rockets.
Enemy flag returned.
Anyways, let's go back. Which part? Well, let me go to right here.
Area has revealed themselves.
So it's good. You went there. I would have saved that nade. I don't think there's anyone there.
Enemy flags in ally.
Yeah, so here,
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
here I would have went to balcony and looked at mid to see if there's anyone anywhere. And you can have a couple shots there.
Let's run
So instead of
for it.
camping back there, because no one's going to really be there. Well, except for that guy.
Deliver the flag with haste.
We have eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
Okay, one thing I would say for... Oh. One thing I would say, James, is instead of jumping down to what's it called? To courtyard and go through double doors, I would have stayed up top. Rewind it. Rewind it again. Anyways, sorry. What I would have done in this exact situation, instead of dropping down to double doors, I literally would have stayed up top. Because now you have three guys going double doors and you have up top, you can literally look down and start shooting them. You got one of them, but then all four of them came.
Carrier has revealed themselves.
And there's nothing you could have really done. What you could have done is slowed them down if you stayed up top.
Double kill.
No, I don't think that guy was chasing.
Hands.
Enemy flag carrier
You're
spotted.
you're weak, but you regained shield.
Enemy flag returned. Flag returned. Perfect.
Burst trajectory.
Yeah, right there. If you saw that guy a little bit earlier, I would have stayed inside lockers and used the wall as cover. So just like that, Sonny, you see how he like was already aiming, pre-aiming exactly where someone could be. That's what you need to do at the beginning.
Double kill.
Hostile, riddled with buckshot.
Good shot. I would wait.
Our forces have seized the enemy flag.
The enemy carrier has
Oh no, that's our guy.
themselves.
We have eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
Spanker inbound.
It's good. You stop there and then you went to go reposition yourself so you can fight.
Look there, an enemy flag carrier.
Oh, unlucky rockets. Unlucky.
Flag returned. Double kill.
Okay.
Enemy flag returned.
That's another thing. Those nades were like dead nades. Like they weren't gonna do anything. So one thing I recommend, and I actually have a video. What day is it today? Friday. I have a video coming out at 10 o'clock this morning on like how to throw nades. But when it comes to nades, if you want to throw them at someone that's close by, look down. I was surprised your rockets didn't kill. But the way that your rockets hit, like the pillars, it wasn't gonna get full damage. If you hit the ground and you didn't hit the pillar, you would have had one of them. But those nades were thrown directly at them, and with frag grenades, you're never gonna get any damage if you throw the grenades directly at them. So if you want to get someone that's close by to you, look down, move your crosshair down, bounce it off the ground, and then it'll blow up. Blow up in front of the enemies that are close by to you.
They have our flag. Take it back.
Yeah.
We have eyes on the enemy flag carrier. M41 Spanker available. It's yours. Now capture it. There
So this
are
is good. You left it there, so you can let your team fight, and then you reposition.
Flag.
We have eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
Look there, an enemy flag.
So look. So that guy's over there, but you're gonna hit the pillar. Watch. You literally hit the pillar, and this guy is on the other side of the pillar, so it's not hitting him. And then that one, you're shooting it. Pretty much, it was gonna aim like all the way back here. So by the time it hits, oops. Oh, fuck. Where was that?
A classic. Capture their flag.
Yeah.
Defend our own.
He started sprinting and you shot behind him, so you weren't gonna hit that. So you missed that, missed that. Okay.
Enemy flag returned.
So look, you throw the nade directly at him. Never do that if there's someone close by to you. Look down, because it takes 3 seconds before a frag grenade blows up. So if you throw it directly at them, it's just gonna go long. You see how it bounces and it goes further ahead? Look down, it'll bounce closer.
Enemy flag returned.
They have our flag. Take it back. We have eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
There are eyes on you, Spartan.
Enemy flag returned.
Overship inbound.
Nice.
Double kill.
Overship available. They have our flag. Take it back. They know where we are.
Yeah, you always want to look down when you're throwing nades. Especially when they're
We
close
have
up.
eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
So there's a guy in our base. So there's too many people here.
Messy.
So if we try to pull the flag, which he does, he's gonna spawn. They're gonna spawn lockers. Cause look where that guy is, blocking that spawn.
We have eyes on the enemy flag.
So what I would have done here is, if you know that there's guys over there, James, I would have went all the way to BR and took shots at the guys at lockers and looked ahead before going over there. Because then you can help the flag guy kind of see if there's anyone there. And then now that you block that, they're going to spawn back their base.
Enemy flag returned.
Didn't see that coming, did they? You're exposed, Spartan.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves. They must seek.
So what I would have done, what I do
Flag
here
needs relocation.
is that guy that's behind that little railing on balcony. I would have jumped up and you can see his little head.
Seal! The enemy carrier!
Enemy captured your flag.
Nothing you can do there.
An ally took their flag.
We have eyes on the enemy flag carrier. They spotted us, Spartan.
Enemy flag returned.
Spike grenades acquired.
Power items incoming.
Your power items are ready for pickup.
Killing spree. Double kill.
See, at that point, I would have waited,
Accolade is well done.
waited before I pushed,
Enemy flags in
just to make sure there's no one around and I can fight for that
in
overshield.
your hands.
There's no point of going, dying, and then there's no one has Ovi.
Enemy flag returned.
That was a terrible rocket on my end.
Enemy flag returned.
See, look, everyone's pushing alley. I don't know why. And now we're gonna block spawns.
Thrusters obtained. Our forces have seized the enemy flag.
5 minutes remaining.
Guys on top of you. Nice turnaround.
You're about to be very popular. They know where you are. You're exposed, Spartan. There are eyes on you.
Yeah, they spawn alley.
Production variant by Miss Raya Armory. We have eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
Thrusters acquired.
Nice shots.
Flag captured.
Overshield inbound.
I think one thing that you can improve on is try to have more top control. 'Cause I see that you're always, a lot of the times you're on the ground, but if you can get top control, like you'll be good. Yeah, the best advice I can give, I guess, for both of you guys is have high control, like top control. Like BR, you're on top. Even on like top market is still pretty good too.
1 minute remaining.
Get away from these middle double doors. Stay up top.
Enemy flag.
Look there, an enemy flag carrier.
Get moving. They're coming to murder you.
Because if you guys are at top, you guys are going to be in a better position.
We have eyes on the enemy flag carrier.
See, I like that. Look, you looked just to make sure that there's no one there.
Enemy flag carrier revealed. You're exposed, Spartan.
I love that.
The enemy carrier.
That's what I like to see.
30 seconds
You didn't
remaining.
take the flag and just kept on going. You took it and you looked and made sure that there was enemies. And then easy cap. Now you're in your final third and we got the cap.
Obtained.
Oh wait, this is where we won.
First, trajectory. Accurately placed.
Yeah, biggest thing, James, stay up top.
Have shift.
Stay up top.